Grab a stack of rock with Mike and the bad metal man. Grab a stack of rock and hold on tight as hard as you can. Grab a stack of rock. Grab a stack of rock.
Hello, hello. Hang on. Something's not right.
Where'd Mike disappear to?
Sorry. Audio issues.
Okay.
The usual that he's been having to deal with that for a bit.
Yeah. How you doing, Harrison?
Well, thanks. And you?
Well, I can't complain.
Yes, I can hear you as well. So, well, it's good. Well then.
Yeah, hopefully he'll come back.
So I guess we'd better get the other guests in then. So I was under the impression that Tim was going to be late, but it appears he's right here. Hey, Tim.
Hey, yeah, no, my call that I was on finished earlier than expected.
Very good. How things?
You all right?
Things are really good. Things are happening.
Oh, that sounds promising.
Yeah.
All right. And we do have a new guest tonight making his debut.
Yes. One of my people.
Yeah. Mike wanted to give him an extravagant intro, but unfortunately Mike isn't here. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give a normal welcome to, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Jex Russell.
Hello.
Hey.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, guys. You said it correctly, Harrison. Jex Russell. You
Awesome.
got it.
Nice to meet you, Jex. Where are you from?
I know. It's a small place. Probably never heard of it. New Brunswick? Yeah.
We have assumed
I haven't
control.
heard of that place.
We have assumed control.
No, Tim and I, we're in the same province.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, Harrison's
everyone.
not even close. Yeah.
No.
Jex and I met over trading April wine cassettes, of all things.
And YNT cassettes.
And YNT cassettes, as well it should be.
Yeah. That's right.
And
Aldo
Nova.
Aldo Nova, yes.
Yeah. Which
that is correct.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for Aldo to put out. What is the?
Oh,
shoot, the new the
Eddie Gage. Yeah, the full.
Yeah, I forget. Yeah, I'm trying to remember which one now. I just went completely blank.
The Lifetimes of Eddie Gage, like the full.
Well, that one, but he said he was going to put out.
The Nova's Dream.
Nova's Dream, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yes. So.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
loud and clear.
To show up.
Yeah, and Tim was going to be late. Thanks for hanging on, guys. At the last second, right during the theme song, my microphone died and my audio died, and so I just grabbed my laptop, and now I'm on my laptop. So hey, Jex,
you invite me. You invite me on your show, and you can't even make it on time.
I had a big. You know what? Hey, Harrison. Let's do the big entry that we planned for Jex, shall we? Okay. See you in a minute, Jex.
We'll cut that out in post.
Yeah. You know what? I don't like being on this side, so hang on a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, move things around.
We're gonna move things around. Okay, I like that
There
better.
you go.
Okay, so please welcome to the show for the first time ever. Harrison, you got your finger on the button?
Yeah.
All right. Jex Russell!
Hello, everybody.
Much better.
Nice to finally see you face to face.
Yes, you as well.
Well, that was a rip-roaring start. So you guys have all introduced each other. You're all familiar with each other now, I assume.
Yes.
The only one I hadn't met was Harrison, but I know who you are. I've seen the show, but we've never been formally introduced. So first time.
It's been a few weeks since I've been on, but yes, it's good to be back. It's good to meet you.
So we'll add some extra time just because of the cock up, as we say at the beginning. Welcome, Jex. Happy to have you. As you know, Mr. Russell, we like to start every show with a little thing we call Ask Harrison, which Tim Durling unfortunately can't hear. But we have two questions for Harrison tonight, one of which is from my parents, and the other one is from T-Bone Erickson. So let's start with my parents, because this one's been sitting in the hopper since Christmas. Ready, Harrison?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So I understand that you and Dad have a question for everybody's favorite cast member, Harrison.
Yes, we do. We wonder if Harrison has ever been out of Australia, and if so, where has he traveled to?
New Zealand doesn't count.
New Zealand doesn't count.
Okay, New Zealand doesn't count.
Dad, so I understand you had a question for Harrison about his travels.
Yeah.
What is your question?
I want to know if he's ever been to Tasmania.
Why?
Because my favorite movie actor, Errol Flynn, came from there.
Errol Flynn. Okay. There you go, Harrison. Have you ever been to Tasmania? That is the question for you today.
I have two very short answers.
Okay.
And they're both no. No.
Okay.
I've been to a couple places in Australia, but not Tasmania, and I've never been overseas unless, and this is my standard answer to the overseas question, unless you count the little island that's a kilometer off the coast.
Gotcha. Oh, crap. I just realized something because I'm on the wrong computer. Hang on. We're going to try something.
Oh, is T-Bone stuff somewhere else?
No, I was going to, I had a whole plan for tonight. Let me see. I might be able
No background
to.
tapes, folks. No background tapes, folks. People, this is all live.
Okay, so I was going to show off something tonight, but it's on the other computer, so I can't do it. I was going to show you the cool Eddie Van Halen guitar that our good co-host from California got to photograph, but it's on the other computer. Damn it. Okay, so our next question is from T-Bone Erickson, but then my presentation of the guitar is going to have to wait until next week, I guess. Here's T-Bone. Now, unfortunately, this is a vertical video, so we'll be able to see everybody except for Harris. Okay, and Mr. Snow. All right, Beyond the Realms of Death is my favorite one.
Hey, Harrison, how's it going? Just watching your show. Hey, something I've always been meaning to ask you. You guys had a prime minister back in like 1967. I think that was like the year I was born. He went like, was Harold Holt? Went like swimming and never came back. Can you tell us about that? Do you know anything more about that? Is that a true story or is that like an old wives' tale? Anyway, I also noticed in this episode behind you is a picture of Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. Well, this is my French bulldog, Stella. You can only see her from the back, but she kind of looks like Stitch. She should have been named Stitch. But anyway, something I always wanted to know. As always, good seeing you. I'm going to go back to watching your show. Take care.
That was the Judas Priest episode.
Yeah, as it ended out, it was me saying, don't ask me about writing credits, ask me about which songs were on which live albums.
Right.
Which is yeah, I think T-Bone pretty much got all the information that we have available on that Prime Minister. He got the name right. I'm not sure about the year, but other than that, yeah, he went swimming. Well, he went swimming. He obviously didn't do it very well if he didn't come back.
Was it shady?
I don't know if it was overcast that day or not, but
well, thank you for, as always, for participating.
And yeah, I've got the same angle as
right
the
there.
priest show. My sister actually drew that.
Very nice job.
That's very good.
Very good.
Really good. Amazing artist for her age.
How old is she?
So real quick,
14.
I notice now when the questions are playing that there's a tap for sound button.
Oh.
But I've never tapped it because it looks like because it looks like the unmute button, and I don't want it to make a noise while the video's playing. But next time we do that, if you don't mind, I'll try it. Maybe I will hear what people are saying.
Tim, you were able. So you think that's the problem?
Oh, there's plenty of problems over here. That's one workable. So that's one thing I noticed because it's like, why can I not hear? This is tap for sound. And I'm like, I hardly know you, but I suppose I could tap for sound.
So you can't hear when T-Bone was talking. You couldn't hear.
No, when Mike plays a clip, everything goes mute. I can't hear anything.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, I can hear it.
I can't hear the theme. I can't hear anything.
Oh, you're missing it's a great song, Tim. It's a great song.
Are you using
I've heard it, but I never hear it when I'm on.
Are you using a phone? Are you on a phone?
Yeah,
or?
I'm using my phone.
That's
Jex has seen me struggle through technical difficulties more times. The CD video, the box CD video we did took us a good hour.
Yeah.
We started filming.
We both had problems on each end that
Yeah.
day. Yeah. Yeah, we're both struggling.
Well, today it seems that I was the one. So now that we're past all that, why don't we start? I thought let's start with Jex and work our way backwards. And I'll see during one of your turns if I can email the Eddie Van Halen files to myself and maybe get them on this computer. But Jex, I know that you have a few things that you were going to show tonight. Why don't we start though by just explaining to the audience who the heck you are?
Well, the answer is simple. I'm a nobody. No, well, I don't mean that in a self-deprecating kind of way. I just mean that I'm not some famous YouTuber. I'm not a famous musician. I'm not even a writer.
I heard of you.
Well, thank you. No, well, I'm a guy who roams around on YouTube. Like I have my own channel, which is not really active. I haven't had a lot of time since having children, but I'm always getting invited to other channels. So you've seen me on Tim's Vinyl Confessions. You've seen me on Deke's channel, Scotch on the Rocks.
Scotch on the Rocks.
And now here, Grab a Stack of Rock.
And we'll be talking about Scotch on the Rocks a little bit later on towards the end of the show as well.
Yes, but,
definitely. Yeah, you're a YouTube nomad, musical nomad. And
and I love it. I prefer that. I prefer that than having my own channel. I like to move around. You never know where I'm going to be next.
We can all share. We can all share in the glory that is the Jex Russell vinyl world. But
I got dressed for the part. I got dressed.
That is a sweet jacket, man.
Right?
Just remember, I saw him first.
It's true. He did.
Yeah, he called dibs. Anyway, excuse me. Why don't we start with you? See what you got. I don't know how many times we'll get around. I got 3 things to unbox, but it won't take me long. So maybe we'll maybe plan on going around 2 to 3 times.
Okay. So I got a couple of vinyl. I'll show up one vinyl, and then I'll show the rest in a different turn. But I don't buy a lot of music lately. It's been kind of for budget reasons. I haven't been buying a lot, but I found a few gems out in the wild. And this band here, because I like all kinds of music. Just for those who don't know me, I'm very eclectic in taste. I like all kinds of stuff, mainly hard rock, heavy metal. But I dabble in other genres too. Like this one here. This is a Canadian new wave band from the early '80s, from Burlington, Ontario. Anyone care to take a guess who it might be?
I know who it is.
Yeah?
Mike might know who it is. Burlington, Mike, you know who he's talking about.
I do. Sorry, I'm just in the middle of doing these files. Svengali?
No, it's not Svengali, actually.
No way.
From Burlington.
You ever hear these guys?
Sorry, I can't see it. Hang on.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm multitasking.
Anyway, it's a band called The Spoon.
Okay, I didn't know they were from Burlington for one thing, but that's actually one of my sister's favorite bands. She met them. They played as a duo, just Sandy and Gordon, and she met them up in. You probably never heard of Kincardine, Ontario, but
I've heard the name.
My regular viewers certainly know Kincardine, Ontario, because that's where all my cottage videos come from, and you'll see some this summer as we broadcast from there. But she met that they were playing an outdoor show just on the streets, Sandy and Gordon as a duo. And she bought their new album, got it signed. So like big props to the Spoons, man.
Yeah, well, I'm obsessed. I'm new to these guys, but I'm obsessed with them because I noticed on the radio I kept hearing this song called "Old Emotions," which is actually on this record, and I'm like, man, that's good. Who are these guys? And I start looking them up and realized I've been hearing their songs on the radio for years. I just didn't know it was them. Songs like "Romantic Traffic," "Nova Heart," arias and symphonies. It's all great stuff. So I went on this rabbit hole and got really obsessed with them. It's some great new wave stuff. The best comparison I could make kind of is A Flock of Seagulls. There's some similarities there, especially the song Don't Shoot the Messenger. That could have easily been on the Flock of Seagulls debut. And what's funny, and I didn't know this until a few days ago, Gordon Depp, the lead singer and guitarist, has been playing guitar for A Flock of Seagulls since 2018.
Oh, wow.
I had no idea. So, and it makes total sense because, like I said, similarities. And for anyone that's looking for an introduction to these guys, if you don't know them, check out a video. It's on YouTube. It's a concert from '84, live at the Spectrum, Montreal. It was filmed for Much Music, and it's such a great concert, and it'll just It'll show you everything you need to know about who these guys are.
Chris Sarr is correct here. I forgot this detail. Mr. Ross, who I think was either a math teacher or computer teacher at my high school, his brother was in the Spoons, and the Spoons they played our high school a number of times in the
Derek
80s.
Ross.
There you go.
Yeah,
Really?
and also they don't sound like this, but their original keyboard player Rob Pruce played on Honeymoon Suites Racing After Midnight album, and he does Broadway now. Like he's
I believe he's also a good friend of Mr. Brent Jensen.
That is correct. Yes,
Scotch on the Rocks alumni.
Yeah, and the wild thing about the Spoons, even though they never broke big in the States, that album that Jex has, their Talkback, was produced by Nile Rodgers.
No way! Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, they had they had well-known people interested in them, and I mean, growing up watching much music, you couldn't get away from the Spoons, but they never really broke. They had albums available in the States, but they never landed that that big tour to get them. And like, here's how influential they were. I've read this in recent years. If you think of how the beginning of Nova Heart starts with that sort of the guitar line, no, you listen to that, and then you go listen to the beginning of New World Man by Rush. Very, very similar. So
it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't want to take up too much time on my turn, but that's the first thing I'll show.
Okay, well, I'm going to steal my turn back because I got these pictures. So let's do this. Check out these pictures. So they were in Hollywood, California, to see Ant-Man, and they stopped at the Hard Rock, and that be Eddie Van Halen's. Can you see that?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That be, yeah, and that be the plaque on it. Now, at the bottom here, it says, this particular example was assembled by the master himself at the Kramer factory and featured on the cover of Guitar World magazine in 1987. This particular example. So which one is it, I wonder?
There's probably several iterations of it. Like he would constantly fiddle with, his guitars.
Yeah. But anyway, there it is. And there she is proudly presenting the EVH Frankenstrat. And I was absolutely thrilled when I got those pictures in my inbox that day. I specifically I said to her, say hi to Eddie for me. And she said hi to Eddie for me. So there you go.
Magical. That's a magical guitar.
It is. It is.
Beautiful.
All right. So I surrender my turn and I take you to Tim's Vinyl Confessions.
Well, I told Mike I had 2 things to talk about. I lied. I have 4, but I also told him I was going to be late. So things happen. No, it isn't much. I've been working as you guys know, I collect all different formats. I've been trying to collect all of the Yes albums that are available on cassette, and I'm at the point now where the ones I'm looking for I pretty much have to order. I'm not going to stumble across them anywhere. So I just got a couple here. This one is glaring. It's called Yesterdays. It's a compilation of their early material that came out in 1975. This is just a U.S. cassette on Atlantic Records. And another one, this one's hard to find. This actually came out in 1997. It's called Open Your Eyes.
I remember that one.
Not a very good. I don't think it's very good. But anyway, I had to have it. And that's the cassette version of that. So that's my first 2. I got one more. I got a couple more things to show, but that's all I'll do for this turn.
Okay. Monsieur Gentil Snow.
All right. So if you've seen my site at all, Need to Breathe, which you can't really see the shirt to, is one of my favorite bands. And I am an avid collector. They have this thing called Insiders Club. So a fan club. Sign up for it every year. It's been going on for probably 9 years, but I haven't been a member that whole time. Okay. So I'm having to go secondhand and try to find the physical things that they've released exclusively for the Insiders Club.
Ah, yes, the late tax.
And so I finally found this right here. It's a 7-inch single. Wow. It's for their song Keep Your Eyes Open. It's an acoustic version. And then Solomon's Ashes is on the other. So very rare. I've only seen it once, and that's why it's in my hand, because that's the only time I've ever seen it. So I had to have that. And then I joined their club finally, and they give an exclusive CD This was from last year. There's a vinyl that's going to come with it. The vinyl I should get in March. And then for this year, another CD. They've already released it. And the vinyl will come in April, and it will be autographed by the band. So I'm really excited about that. And then when you join, you get a whole bunch of different things. And so these are magnets.
Oh, that's cool.
So they'll never leave this sheet, but I have magnets. They gave you a little insider's notebook.
Also
and
sealed.
I got a 2023 calendar, exclusive photographs from the band.
Notice that's not hanging on your wall.
Nope, but
Being
it won't
kept
be.
It's very safe.
And then the coolest thing, though, I got a turn table
a record
mat.
mat.
I love the logo.
That is sweet.
That's one of my favorite logos that they've done. And but yeah, I'm really excited. They also have been doing these CDs every year, and there's 8 other versions of these. I only have 5 of those, so there's 3 I'm still missing: Volume 1, Volume 4, and Volume 6. And so if anybody's out there selling them, call me. Just go to tooloudtooldmusic.com, send me an email, and I want them, and then I'll be complete. Now, there's other stuff that they have that's pretty rare from before they got their first record deal, and I've never, ever seen them on Discogs for sale, eBay. I've never seen them, and I don't know if I'll ever find them, but I can always hope. So that's my first batch of stuff.
One of these days, we'll have to do a Marillion show, or at least I will have to do a Marillion show and show off all of the fan club only discs that I have, because my set is pretty much complete except for DVDs, which I don't really collect. But
yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
All right. Well, Mr. Harrison, this is your first time in about a month, I would say, that we've been face to face.
Yeah, something.
Sorry
like
about that. That kind of went
for a co-host. I haven't been doing much co-hosting.
Well, I apologize for that. That's I needed a hiatus, and thank you for allowing me that hiatus. And I imagine you have something new to show us tonight.
Oh yes, plenty. I know we said we're not doing any themes tonight, but I have been on
a huge
Alice Cooper kick recently. So I've been getting a lot of his stuff in the mail. So
well, that certainly explains the Welcome to My Nightmare backdrop that you sent me this morning.
Sort of, yes. This was actually the photo of the Alice there was basically taken with the very first lot of Stack of Rock images I did, but I didn't actually jazz it up visually until today, because I just didn't get to it, and I knew it was going to be a lot of work. And then when you said you needed artwork, I was like, well, I've got this in the can, I can get this ready. And I'm glad I did, because
it looks great.
Alice to show up. Now, this isn't one of the newer ones I got, but because of
isn't that interesting?
Yeah. And I know the Black Widow is not on the front cover, but I love him and he's iconic. So
there he is.
I put him on the front cover of the Lego version.
No problem there.
I think you can see him when we zoom out.
I believe so. Hang on a second.
Yep, there.
Yeah, there he is. He's after. He's craving fruit. That's awesome.
And I was very glad to do this.
Oh,
that's
I love that album. Love it.
Yeah. At the moment, one of my top 3 Alice Cooper albums.
Yeah.
Very enthused looking Alice on the back there.
Well, he's heavily sedated.
He's a little better. He's a little more interested there. I've come around a bit on Clones and Pains since then. Since I first heard the album.
My 2 favorite songs are the ones that you hated.
Yeah, at first, I'll admit they're a little better now, but yeah. And I was
so far.
Hey, look at that! He had them right there. Look at
I got them both.
That's wild.
Let's see if we can go 3 for 3, because I have finally found on CD for a reasonable price my favorite Alice Cooper album.
That one I only have on vinyl.
Yeah, this is the regular version, not the 2007-ish reissue with Teddy Bear.
Yeah, that looks like the same version I have.
Look at that. Jex has got it.
Yeah.
Look
I'm in good
Jex,
company
I didn't know
tonight.
you had those Lost Period Alice albums. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love them.
And then we do take a bit of a time jump to Hey Stupid. And a very different picture on the back there to flush the fashion.
Yet he's still got some sort of riding crop.
Yes, yes, it comes in handy on stage.
Yeah, that's
A
great
rose
album.
and a switchblade.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So that's my first round of Alice albums.
All right. Well, thank you, Harrison.
There will definitely be more, I assure you.
Let's see. I'm going to unbox something here. Let's see. Should it be this one? No, I don't think.
Yes.
I think you know what? I think we're going to save this one for next week.
Oh,
We're
the
going to save
team.
that one. We're going to save that one for next week. We're going to tease that one. Actually, you know what? Before I unbox anything, a few people wanted to see the Dawkins box set. So I had the Dawkins. Oh, Harrison, would you mind doing the close-ups for me? I got the Dawkins box set here. Give you a look at the
beauty.
If I could.
Oh, that's a beauty.
And there we go. They're digipacks. I'll just pull one out so that you can see what they look like in the inside. And here's Breaking the Chains. Digipack. There's the CD.
Very nice.
And the credits are there. And there's not a booklet per se, but there's one of these really annoying foldy things that I'd rather have a booklet instead of one of these foldy things.
Like a poster?
Yeah. But, you know, I don't even know if... No, see, it's not really even a poster because there's like the back cover of the album or something.
Oh, okay.
I just don't like foldy things. Give me a booklet, you know? Like, half the time I can never fold them back correctly. I'm like a 5-year-old when it comes to folding.
Well, it's some of those things, there's one correct way to fold them, and that's it.
Right.
Mhm.
Like,
Is there
I'm
anything-
absolutely...
Mike, is there anything different on any of those? Like, if someone like me who's got all the CDs, like,
No, I needed these, and I love, as we talked about earlier, I loved Under Lock and Key. And without looking inside, I couldn't tell you when the remastering on these were done. And it doesn't say on the front either.
because
Anyway.
I would like to have on CD the original Breaking the Chains, like
Yes.
Breaking the Chains from like where it's the songs are, some of them have different lyrics.
I think there's a different
And
bassist. Maybe I have that wrong.
Totally different album cover. If you've never seen the album cover, look it up. It's hilarious. It's Don Dawkins chained up on a something or other.
Yeah, it's really terrible. It's really terrible. I'm going to open 2 Amazon parcels. I have 2 that I know what they are, and they're both Tim Durling is responsible for both of them. And then I have another Amazon parcel that's larger.
Oh, okay. I know what
You know what one is.
Yeah.
You don't know both. But then I have a larger Amazon parcel that I'll do on my next turn. I don't know what that is. I have an idea, but it isn't supposed to have arrived yet. So I'll start with this one here. We'll see what this is. And this is, Tim Durling was responsible for this. We were talking about
it's the Get Along Gang.
the Get Along Gang. Look at the nice crack in the case. Right there. Yeah. Nice clear spine though, which makes it some kind of remastered doohickey. Mr. Ainsley Dunsbar on drums. Right. Anyway, we were just talking, and I was like, I want to listen to Infinity by Journey, and I realized it wasn't in my folder, and I'm like, Tim, I don't think I own Infinity. And he's like, oh, you got to rectify that, man. And so I rectified that, and then now I have Infinity, and I'm just seeing, are there any songs on here I don't know? Yeah, Something to Hide, Winds of March.
That's like Something to Hide is like, that's a song that you listen to and you go, yeah, Steve Perry was full of himself, but damn it, he could sing.
I don't know. Okay, so these are the songs I don't know. La Do Da, Something to Hide.
Do you have Capture, the live album?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's La Do Da.
Okay, Winds of March, Can Do, and Open the Door. I don't know
Can
those
Do
things.
is one of the heaviest Journey songs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Winds of March is a kind of an epic song. Winds of March is like Wheel in the Sky was co-written by Robert Fleischman.
Right.
Heir to the Margarine Fortune. No.
There's actually a demo with Flashman singing.
Yes.
Yes. For You. Yeah. Great tune.
And of course, the classiest member in this band is Mr. Greg Rowley right there.
Oh,
And
man.
that's all I'm going to say.
He's just cool, man. He still looks cool.
That's all I'm going to say about that. We all know what's going on with Journey. And I know it drives Tim nuts. So this
I
one,
don't know
Tim,
what you're talking about.
this one, Tim, relates to our might have been our last show together, which was the reissue record labels, and we talked about a label called BGO, and so I decided to kind of get some Dennis DeYoung.
Yeah.
Now I don't remember anything about this music. I know that there was a music video that played on Much Music that was very soft rock.
Desert Moon was the big hit.
So that played on Much, and it was very soft rock. I don't know these songs. Like, that was so long ago, I don't remember. But,
the second album, the only song that I remember hearing is a song called "Call Me." But other than that, Desert Moon was a top 10 single. But it's funny. It's one of those you never hear it anymore.
Anyway, that's it for me. I'll exit. I'll show myself out. And I also have some Tommy Shaw and Styx in this format too. So that's nice. And I guess that makes it Jex's turn again.
Back to me already?
Back to you already.
Okay. Well, I have some CDs. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna show the CDs now. I have 5 CDs I bought recently.
Okay.
I'll just show them all like real quick. I was gonna save those to the end, and then if there's time later on, I'll show the rest of my bundle.
Okay.
I got some pretty good stuff. This first one gonna be real quick, nothing unusual. Everyone knows this band, everyone knows this album, but I just never, in my 20 years of being a fan, I never owned a copy of Is Alive 2.
Wow.
So
now Jex, I
got a double case.
I want to warn you of something.
Yes.
Have you listened to it yet?
I have had it on in the background, but not seriously listening.
I need you to do something for me. I need you to tomorrow or whatever put on God of Thunder and tell me if there's a huge background noise problem, because every single original pressing Alive 2 CD that I have come across has the same audio glitch, and actually Hotter Than Hell had also a similar audio glitch. So let me know if that has the audio glitch on God of Thunder. I ended up buying a German copy to get rid of the audio glitch. Yeah, the German copy did not have it. So I'm curious. I'm very curious.
Yeah, this is the Canadian. This is made in Canada. So.
Okay, so that's probably the exact same pressing that I had.
You got me curious. I had no idea. Like I said, I had it on in the background, so
yeah,
I didn't notice anything. I'll let you know.
Let me know, please. I really am curious.
Yeah, so am I. All right, this is going down the heavier road this time. I've been wanting this one for a while. Found it on Marketplace of all places. The debut by German thrash Halloween. This is The Walls of Jericho from 1985, but this is a 2002 reissue and features their EP, the Halloween EP. So it opens up with the EP, which is 5 tracks, and it goes into Walls of Jericho. And it's got a bonus track called Judas, which I think was only available as a 12-inch single before this. So happy to really have this. Happy to finally have this one.
That's the kind of reissue I like.
Yeah,
that's a nice one.
Yeah, it's packed with goodies. Disc is just kind of plain. There's a picture of the band. So the EP, I didn't really care for it that much. It's lyrically, it's kind of immature, but then you can see Walls of Jericho, they already grew a little bit lyrically. So yeah, some fun stuff.
You know, Jack, speaking of that subject and of another band, the Scorpions, I've always felt it must be really hard to write lyrics in English when it's your second language, you know?
Did you read my mind?
Good example right there.
Yeah.
Blackout.
English
blackout.
Second language.
Yeah.
You know what, Southern California? You really know how to party.
Oh, that's true. But
it's fun. It's fun.
That's the charm. I love that. That's the charm.
Me
like
too.
You listen. I know, Mike. You like loudness.
I love loudness, and I love singing it very kind of like phonetically as Minoru Nihihara does. And,
exactly.
And you know, like we'll be singing Scorpions in the car with my wife, and I'll sing it like with an extra heavy German accent, just for fun, you know.
Yeah. Well, I never noticed it before, but I was listening to this again, and you could really hear. He doesn't say blackout, just blackout, blackout. It's
That's
anyway,
all right. Yeah.
Do you guys all know who sang in the studio? Do you guys all know who sang the guide vocals for that album while Klaus was recovering from vocal surgery? That is right, Mr. Don Duncan.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
That's true.
Yeah, I'd love to get a hold of that.
According to
Yeah,
some,
the
Don
studio
Dokken
session,
thought that
yeah.
he was going to be replacing Klaus Meine, or at least wanted to be replacing Klaus Meine in the studio, according to some contemporary reports.
Huh. Interesting.
There you
That
go.
doesn't sound like Dawn.
So yeah, anyway, not much to say about this terrific album. I've had it on vinyl for like over 10 years. I found that a guy selling this one again on Marketplace. I thought this would be cool for the car. And from the same guy, because I wanted more from this band, which I don't have much by them, Queen.
Day at the Races.
Oh,
The Day of the Races
what
from
version?
76.
What
This is
version is that?
2011 reissue Hollywood Records.
Okay.
And
So it's
let me
not that
let
weird
me
one
tell
that
you.
I have.
Which one?
I have a really weird. Mike knows about it on our rare CD episode. It's an old EMI version, and half of the lyrics in the booklet are Night at the Opera.
Right. Yeah. They stapled the
Really
wrong
weird.
pages in there.
Little misprint. Interesting.
Yeah.
But let me tell you about this one, the 2011 remaster. Loud. It is so loud, which is fine. It's not a problem. But it's so loud. Like, just to give an example, in my car, I'd usually have the volume at 30. If I'm listening to a remastered CD, 30, it's nice and loud, it's comfortable. This one here, I had to drop it to like 20. I had to drop it 10 notches, and it was still loud. It's it's quite remastered.
How heavy, Jex? How heavy is White Man? That is a
White
rocking
Man.
song there.
Oh yeah. I've only listened to it once. Again, fairly new to this, but I feel like
I mean, of course I know that song.
Yeah, and I can't really give reviews on the songs yet, but from what I heard as a whole, in general, I enjoyed it.
Give him some time, Tim. Give him some time. He's got to hear. He's a younger fella.
No, you must listen to this now.
He's not old like us. He didn't grow up with Queen in his childhood like we did, like us old fogies.
Jax has good taste, though. He's catching up. I thought we'd see some box CDs. No box CDs.
No, I'm looking, but it's they're not popping up.
Since we did that episode, everybody's buying them up.
That's the thing. We spread the word. It's out there. Anyway, I don't want to take up longer than I already have. Last CD, Metal Church, debut, 1984.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah, just because I wanted to add to my Metal Church collection. All I have from them is Blessing in Disguise, album number 3, I think from '89. So. I have it on vinyl. I have it on CD. I didn't have anything else. So, and this is raw stuff. I think they produced it themselves. Yeah, produced by Metal Church and Terry Date, and it's raw stuff. But I love it. It sounds great. It's heavy. It's by the time they
Star on there, Jax.
They do. That's the last track on here. So good. Such a great cover. So
the heck does that sound like?
You never heard
Metal Church doing Highway Star? No, I've never heard.
I like it. Check it out later on. Let me know what you think. It's a great cover. It's a great cover. It's heavy.
How do they do the doodly 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 doodly? How do they do that?
I'm trying to remember. Just heavy guitars, man.
Okay.
Magic.
Yeah.
Magic. Now Richie Blackmore would have been doing the black magic.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm gonna keep it at that. I'm gonna give someone another turn.
So
you
know what? Why don't we simultaneously? Why don't we partake in our beverages tonight? So I've got the watermelon strawberry.
I got the coffee dark blend.
Australian tap water.
That's the best kind. I've heard.
I got my Rush beer here. I'm not open.
Nice.
Tim, I looked for that.
You got some Simmons soda?
Left out. Matt got me this can.
John doesn't have his Gene Simmons soda this time.
They're up there.
They're upstairs.
Yeah.
Well,
they're right above my finger.
Why don't we throw it over to the man that Aldo Nova called? What did he call you? That guy, or are you the other guy?
The other guy. Yeah.
Are you the other guy? Let's
John's
hold it.
The other guy.
John's the other. What did Aldo call you?
I don't know.
Really?
The man that Aldo Nova once referenced, Mr.
As
Tim
the other
Durling.
guy.
Oh, you know what, Tim? Do we want to play that video clip? We should do that.
If you don't mind, I really appreciate it.
Okay. So this show is going to go a little extra long because of all the flubs and shit. That's my fault. But this was planned, and we may as well take a mid-show break right now because this is about a 3-minute video. So Mr. Tim Durling sent this in earlier this week because, as we know, he is doing a big anniversary sale. And we would like, we would love for people to buy a PDF of his excellent book, Unspooled. So why don't we hear about it from Tim Durling and take a break? We'll be right back.
So there is no such thing as a time machine yet that we know of. But music is a great time machine, and collecting music can be a real look back at the past. Where am I going with all this? Does anybody remember Columbia House? I'm sure a lot of you do. Columbia House is where you had that fantastic introductory offer to get music in the mail, 12 albums for a penny. Now, if I had been in Columbia House back in the 80s, let me see, what 12 might I have picked? Well, I might have gone a little Canadian with Triumph. Definitely Canadian with one of my favorites, Rush. Oh, look at this. Canadian again with Loverboy. And about as Canadian as it gets, Bryan Adams. One of the greats, Van Halen. Some great melodic rock, Night Ranger. A little late period yacht rock with Fleetwood Mac. Oh, I'll crank it up a little bit for Def Leppard. And get a little proggy with Yes. Turn up the radio for REO Speedwagon. Leave it on for Journey. It might even take a trip into space with Europe. But wait! Those are all on 8-track, right? Yeah, and that's the subject, kind of, the main subject of this book, Unspooled, an Adventure in 8 Tracks. This book's been out for about a year, and it tracks the history of those Record Club only 8 tracks of famous albums that a lot of people didn't realize came out on 8-track tape. Now, the book is no longer physically available. This is my own private copy, but it is available in a high-res PDF, which you can view on your device anywhere. And right now, in celebration of passing the 400th episode mark on Tim's Vinyl Confessions, I'm making it available for $5 US. So send me $5 US through PayPal and you get the PDF of Unspooled. And when you do that, you're also entered in for a draw. If I sell 400 PDFs by the time I reach my 420th episode, which won't be for quite a few weeks now, you could win an Amazon gift card. First prize of $100, second prize $50, third prize $25, if we reach that goal of 400 PDFs. Information below is where to send the $5 US and you get the PDF instantly. If you're interested at all in music of the 80s and collecting music, doesn't matter if you have any interest in 8-track tapes or not, but seriously, look at this. Isn't this crazy? It's a real thing. You need to get Unspooled. And so yeah, $5 US gets it to you and you're entered in to win. Thanks for watching.
I also endorse Unspooled.
Does that guy ever shut up?
He never shuts up. But he does some cool stuff.
And on and on and on.
Hey man, it's your video. You're the one who sent me the video.
Oh, and guess what? I tapped for sound and wouldn't you know it, I heard sound.
So just for the record, everybody, the first time that Tim Durling has ever been able to hear one of my videos that I've posted is his own video. So that was his turn. No, I'm just kidding. You can take your turn.
I've just got a couple of things real quick.
Okay.
They are unboxings because I don't do a lot of unboxings.
Well, that's cool.
Oh, yes.
Off the soundboard, this is the Des Moines concert from November 29, 1977. Actually, pretty good. I can't talk.
Why not? What's wrong?
Pretty good companion piece to Alive 2. Wow.
Right.
Oh.
Well, that was the Alive 2 tour that was recorded on.
Yeah. Of course, this has songs from the first 3 albums as well. So, wow, look at me. I'm unboxing. Ooh.
Look at that. Wow, look at that.
I gotta tell you, though, I am looking forward to the Poughkeepsie show with Mark St. John.
Yes, that'll be great. Me too.
And the one I'm really excited about is a band that I wish was doing more albums, and they finally decided to do one this year. And they're all three of them are in a million different projects. But it's the Winery Dogs and their
Japanese
third album.
That's my shtick.
Now, John will know, because we talked about the Aldo Nova stuff, how I was sick and tired of waiting for Amazon.
Hang on a second. John's got a copy too. 1 second.
Because they kept putting their release date back.
There's mine.
There we go.
So finally, I said, to heck with it. And I went on eBay and I found one. I probably paid twice as much for it, but I didn't care. I was like, you know what, Amazon, I ain't got no time for you. So anyway, this is the first time I bought a CD with an Obi strip for a long time. So that's always cool. And what I like about this copy, not that it really matters, but this is actually on Sony. This is actually on a quote unquote actual record label. I don't even know what they're on in North America, E1 or something. But of course, the Winery Dogs, it's Mike Portnoy, Richie Cox, and that other guy. To be quite honest, I mean, that's common knowledge who that
It's
guy
common
is.
knowledge.
Yeah.
Good one. Good one. I hope Deke watches this episode.
You got props. You got props.
But
They're on, Tim, they're on
I'll
Three
be
Dog
honest.
Music in the States.
Is it?
It's Three Dog Music.
Oh, it's
Oh, so that's their own label.
their own
Three
label.
Dog refers to
Yeah.
the three guys in the Winery Dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. So, not to be confused with Three Dog Night.
Right.
And I'll be quite honest with
thinking.
you, I probably wouldn't even be interested, because the running gag on Tim's Vinyl Confessions, and Jex knows about this, that I hate side projects. I want the bands to be the bands and put out albums as the bands. Stop messing around with 3 or 4 other people from other bands. Dance with the one that brought you. But
He gets so frustrated. He gets so
I
frustrated.
get so frustrated. Oh my goodness!
I
I
could
should
sense
grab some of
that.
my Hollywood vampires.
Oh, that's a good side project, though.
I'd still rather hear actual Alice album. I have both the Hollywood Vampires albums because they're pretty
I'm
much.
going to pontificate. For
I
a
prefer
moment.
Rise to Detroit Stories and Paranormal
I do too.
anyway.
Oh yes, you know what? I think I do too. Detroit Stories didn't bowl me over, but anyway.
I'm going to pontificate for one moment before I give you the floor back. But as far as I'm concerned, Hollywood Vampires, at least the first album, isn't a side project. That's an Alice Cooper solo album, because that's how it was originally conceived by Bob Ezrin with Alice. And I think once Johnny Depp and Joe Perry got involved, they decided, hey, those guys are too big. Let's call it something else like Hollywood Vampires instead of Alice Cooper. Pontification over. Back to Tim.
Well, I probably wouldn't have paid much attention if all I'd heard from Winery Dogs was their first album, because it's good. But I really liked the second album, Hot Streak. I thought there was great songwriting on there. To me, it was sort of like I'm going to call it like a supercharged Mr. Big. So that's what I liked about it, because there's no
2 of those guys were in Mr. Big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kotzon's got a great voice, and I've listened to this once. I really like it. I don't know if it'll end up overtaking the second album for me, but I'm glad they're back. I wish Chickenfoot would do the same thing. But,
Oh goodness, yeah.
But as it stands, I'm just glad the Winery Dogs are back. That's all I
Chickenfoot's
got.
another side project I just love. So,
Yeah.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you. And that brings us back to John T. Snow.
All right. So this first little batch is I'm just filling some holes into my Bon Jovi collection.
Yes.
As I'm about to do a Bon Jovi series
Yes.
on the website. But,
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
I have
10
that
inch
one.
EP. This was a record store day thing, I believe. And there's John on the back.
All
So that
those
was one I
tracks
needed.
are on, I believe, the Keep the Faith Deluxe 2 CD. I can't remember, but I know I had all those tracks on CD.
oh,
Then I didn't have this live album. It's a new one,
I don't have that live album either.
live from the London Palladium. I guess it was right after This House Is Not for Sale. So I'm not expecting it to be great, but it was a hole I needed to finish. And then I had Lost Highway, but this is the deluxe edition, which comes with the CD that has the Lost Highway concert.
Now that's interesting, John. I don't think mine comes with the digipack. Oh no, okay, no, that is the same one I have.
It is the same one. Yeah, it's a cover. So
Okay, yeah.
So those are some of the things. There's more I'm going to be getting. that I want to get before I do the series, and don't even know when I'm going to start it. But then this past weekend, Mike knows these because I was out shopping with my daughter, and I came across this ZZ Top.
Oh, that's cool.
Rome Smoking Barbecue.
That's so valuable for so many reasons.
Our buddy Matt has that one. Oh, but not like that version.
Whoa!
I have the version that comes in the little barbecue shed.
Yeah, that's the one Matt has. That's cool.
And then it's got this book. It's got a book, and then it's got a flip book.
Yes, the barbecue shed has this too.
So you flip it and then move.
Oh, that looks great, John. That looks great.
Awesome.
That looks great. You could actually see that.
No,
It's two-sided. There's a second side to it where I think they do a different thing if you flip.
They do the guitar spin. On the other side.
Yeah. That's cool, John.
And then never seen this on vinyl.
Yeah.
Batting.
Hey, John.
Talk about side projects.
A couple of those guys in that band. Never mind. No, let's not go there. Let's not
go there about Jonathan Cain and Neil Sean.
Look at that.
See, they were even separate here.
Yeah, I don't think they were never really friends. I don't. No, you know what? I'm not going to say anything else. I know it really pisses Tim off when we start talking Journey.
Hey, you got to just do what you got to do. By the way, I will say, did you know that's a Hugh Syme album cover?
The background you can tell.
Yeah.
I did know that. Yeah. Very rare to see that kind of cover from him, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's it.
Cool.
Yeah.
And that brings us to Harrison from Australia.
Alrighty, I've got something with an Obi strip as well.
No kidding. Oh, that is so good.
Actually, it's not as good as you think. You see that number there? That's a 13. No good.
Why does it not have the bonus tracks?
Oh.
That's a 13 as well. Not good either.
Why?
There's a Japanese symbol. This was made in Japan, and it doesn't have the bonus tracks.
Why? There should be 3, right? I think there's 3.
Yes, it should be
like
Clones,
Clones
Pain,
and
and Billion Dollar Babies. Well, actually, technically, sorry, yeah, Bed of Nails, Billion Dollar Babies is. It's weird. This is the one.
Why
I
did
bought
somebody put an angry icon on this? Is it because it doesn't have the bonus track? Somebody just dropped an angry icon on this live stream.
Yeah, this is the Australian version.
Robert Daniels did. Oh, I guess he's angry because you got ripped off. Okay, I won't take it personally.
Yeah, this is what I bought domestically. It's actually the UK import that has Under My Wheels on it, and instead of Billion Dollar Babies, it's got No More Mr. Nice Guy. So I did get one song which I don't already have, which is Billion Dollar Babies, but I wanted 2 more.
Right.
Yeah, especially when one of those songs is Clones.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, Harrison, did that set you back a lot?
Not a lot, but more than I paid for this version.
Yeah.
Oh, I found this at a CD and record fair. I paid $5 for this. I think I paid 30 for the Japanese. So it's not overly expensive. Like the album itself would be worth it, but yeah.
Thank you, Rob. I appreciate that.
Surprisingly, not the first time I've actually bought an Alice Cooper thing expecting certain bonus tracks to be on it, but not getting them. If you remember way back, Mike, when you got the Sharpest Pain on your thing, I inexplicably bought the same CD designation and it just didn't have the Sharpest Pain on it.
Oh.
I don't know.
Did it look like this?
Yeah, I don't have that either. I don't have that song either.
This cost. I can't even remember what it cost me. About $80.
It only cost my promo version only cost me 30, but yeah,
but
it
mine
didn't have
also
the
came with
Sharpest
the
Pain.
Dirty Diamonds rough.
Yeah, you made bank. Really?
Oh, I did. Yeah, I'm not complaining at all. And Harrison did say on our Alice Cooper show way back that the Sharpest Pain was his favorite deep cut, and it's not even ever been officially released ever.
Speaking of which, you guys probably are. You're familiar with the song of Alice's called "Mankind"?
Not off the top of my head.
It's from Dirty Diamond's era, and it came out. I think it was in a horror movie, like circa 2006.
Okay.
I had an MP3 of it at one time. It's not great, but it's out there.
We're probably due for the additional Life and Crimes of Alice Cooper, I think.
Yeah, Rhino did a great job.
The trouble
25 years ago, almost.
All of those albums are like each one's practically on a different label.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
But what's interesting about my version of the Dirty Diamonds promo is it's got a different track running order to the actual final album.
Oh, interesting.
Does yours?
I wouldn't know, honestly. Woman of Mass Distraction, You Make Me Wanna, perfect. Dirty Diamonds. No, I think this is relatively what I'm used to?
Yeah, mine's slightly different to that. I'd have to go grab it. Unfortunately, it's out of reach. But
I do like this album a lot, and I saw him on this tour with Helix opening.
Same
Dirty
here.
Diamonds.
It was in St. John. Yeah, that was cool.
I've told this story before, but one thing I really liked about Alice is he is 110% focused on his show, right? And there was this woman. She came up to the front of the stage with a Dirty Diamond CD and held it out for him to sign as he's performing. And I was just like, what are you doing? He's in the middle of a character, an act. Like, he's not going to stop the show and sign your CD. He fucking whacked it out of her hand with a cane. He whacked it out of her hand with a cane. And then later on in the show, almost to make a point, in the front row, there was a father that had his daughter with him. He reached out and gave that girl one of the $1 billion bills that was falling from the ceiling. And I thought, I was wondering if he was making a point there. Like, you know what?
I would say, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that was my Dirty Diamond story.
Two funny things about the Dirty Diamonds experience. It was Matt and I that went in 2006. We saw them in St. John. I say them because it was exciting to see Helix. That's the first time I saw Helix. Oh, it was one of those weird lineups of Helix, though.
I can tell you every person that was in that lineup.
Yeah.
They had a 6-piece lineup at that point.
Yeah, it was the husband and wife, the Weichermans.
The Weichmans.
Yeah,
Rainer
Weichman.
and Cindy Weichman. Jim Lawson. Brent Nemi played drums when I saw them, and but before him, Brian Durner had been playing drums.
Yeah, I was hoping it was going to be him. I knew he was back, but it wasn't him.
And Jeff Fountain on bass.
Yeah. So earlier that day, we'd gone to a used record store there, and we were just talking to the guy that runs the place or whatever, and I had in my hands, now I still kind of wish I'd bought it because it was only like $30, but they had the Second Darkness album on vinyl. But I'm glad I didn't buy it because I think it was, I don't know if it was $1 Billion Babies or 18, but I almost caught Alice's cane. Like, I had it in my hand, and the record store dude's on the other side of it, holding on to it. Matt's on the other side of me, so he couldn't help me. And this guy's looking at me like he's going to fight. And I'm like, I don't want to get into a fight, so I just let him it's not worth it.
Wow.
So I'm glad I didn't buy that asshole's record. But anyway, but the other thing is that I wished I'd have kept it because in the next day's paper, I don't know if it was the Telegraph or the Gleaner, probably the Telegraph because I came out of St. John. There was a picture of like there was some blood off the stage and there was like arms reaching out with blood on them. One of those arms was mine. that was my Dirty Diamond store experience.
That's
Dirty
cool.
Diamonds and these two are probably my top 3 Alice albums.
Dirty Diamonds is excellent. It's excellent.
He doesn't have a lot of bad albums, really. He's got a lot of weird albums, but some of the weird albums are my favorites.
The only ones, and I don't necessarily know if Harrison agrees with me on this. I don't care for Brutal Planet and Dragontown too much. That pair.
They're very like you've heard one song, you've heard it all.
Kinda, yeah.
See, to me, Dragontown is leftover Brutal Planet songs, but I love Brutal Planet.
I think he was getting a little bit. I think he was getting a little bit more on track with Eyes of Alice Cooper, but even I rarely play that one.
Eyes doesn't really.
That's the garage feel. Dirty Diamonds was pretty good. I really like Paranormal. I really like.
I do too.
I did too. Yeah.
I think personally of the entire sort of post Hey Stupid era of Alice Cooper, or actually post Last Temptation era of Alice Cooper, I would say my favorite album is Welcome to My Nightmare. I think it's absolutely outstanding, that album. I really do. And I've got every version and every track. My version of Welcome to My Nightmare is like 2 hours long. Jex and I were talking about bonus tracks earlier in the week with my Savatage Sirens, 28 track version of Sirens and Dungeons Are Calling.
Unreal. I'm still trying to find Welcome to on CD. That's a good one.
It is a good one. I can't remember. Vinyl has one bonus track called Flatline, which is basically just
really expensive nowadays.
And it's because it's that Flatline song is on there, which isn't a song. It's mostly just Bob Ezrin with playing like keyboard tones with a beep, beep, beep. And it's like the end of the story. The guy dies at the end of the story.
Great. You just ruined it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just ruined it. I just
That's
ruined
got
it.
one of my favorite lyrics in it, though. It's like, what part of dead don't you get?
Not one of my favorite parts, but yes, that is a cute ending. It's very,
Yeah.
very much in. I like to listen to both Welcome to My Nightmare albums in a row, and it really it works. Even though you can hear that the Rob Daniels spoilers, dude. Even though you can hear the passing of the years between the two albums, it does sound like they are two of a kind. Definitely. Our old friend from England hopping on a bronze leg. Hey man, I agree with you fully. I agree with you fully.
Death is
Killers.
Awesome.
They are. Yeah.
Oh, Halo
I
of
reckon-
Flames.
Goes to hell. Like that.
I'm gonna open
And
my
I-
Amazon though, okay, guys? I'm gonna open
Done.
my Amazon.
I've only shown one thing off, man.
Oh shit! I thought you were. Oh fuck! We
No,
just
I
hijacked
got
you.
hijacked. No.
Okay, you go.
But
You
anyway,
go.
good discussion.
Hijacked.
But I was gonna
Hijacked.
say you could probably make a really good album out of the best of Dragontown and the best of Brutal Planet.
No. I don't agree. You could make an EP. Apparently, it's Harrison's turn.
Yes, it's still my turn. Anyway, what you were talking about, Alice giving the cane to a kid in the front row with their father, he does the same thing in this.
No kidding, eh? I don't remember.
I can't remember which song it is, but I remember seeing him doing it.
That was awesome because I saw that. That was the first Alice show that I saw, and when that came out, it's pretty much like seeing the show again.
Mhm.
That was really, really cool.
I
Yeah,
mean, it was a good show.
And he had a
the
great
samurai
band.
motif, and Ryan Roxy just joined at that point.
Met Eric Singer.
What year would this be?
99.
2000.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the Brutal Planet tour. From my research, this is the 2003 reissue, which has a CD with
that's
20
what
of
I
the
have as
27
well.
songs. Yeah, this is there's some good deep cuts here, like You Drive Me Nervous and Caught in a Dream, which are great to hear.
Caught in a Dream, yeah. Then that's going back to right there.
That talk to Eric Singer, got his autograph. That's my one Kiss autograph experience.
Yeah, Eric Singer gets a little solo as well with the flaming drums. Drumsticks. I was thinking drumsticks. No, that's a food.
I saw Alice with Eric Singer. Jeez, when I guess
he
it
was
was
on Dirty Diamonds. He had rejoined the tour for Dirty Diamonds.
Then that's when I saw him, and you guys might remember I used to have a signed Eric Singer drum head behind me, but the signature's gone. It disappeared. It just faded completely away.
Invisible ink.
You can't see it anymore. It's just a drum head now. It kind of sucks, but I loved that drum head. It was one of my prized possessions.
Wow.
And
seeing Eric Singer was great.
Sorry. And lastly, to cap off my part.
Oh, there it is. Life and Crimes of.
What?
Now, that's a compact version of it. That's not the version I have.
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, mine's got.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never seen that version.
Mine's like
Nice.
That's a beauty.
like the Chrome Smoke and Barbecue we showed off with like the book in the middle and 2 discs. Yeah, this is a great set.
No, that is nice.
I wonder if mine's handy, if I can show it off to contrast.
I think it's Matt's version of that, which is the same as I have, the bigger box.
The window cover.
Disc 3 had, I don't know how many inserts in it. Like they put too many in there. Because you know how they're just like single card inserts?
Yes.
His had multiple ones in it. It's hilarious.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Is yours like a digipack sort of slipcase?
No, mine's
jewel
got
cases.
the window.
Oh,
I got actually Columbia House were having a sale on half price box sets, so it was great because I was just getting into Alice at the time actually, and it's a perfect introduction.
That's I got mine at HMV special ordered it, and then it came and I got it home, and I think it was disc 2 had a fatal flaw on it, manufacturing defect. You could actually see it on the disc. There was like a you know when you see a defect on there's like a distortion.
Yeah.
So I brought it back, and I'm like, I hate to tell you, but this is no good. So I had to wait like another week and a half to get.
When it's a box set. I remember when I bought Aerosmith Pandora's Box, disc 2 skipped. So I had to take it back and say, look,
Yeah.
Well, that's my splurge of Alice Cooper for the past month or two.
Harrison, you've had a heck of you've had a good month, my friend. A good month. All right, let's do this. Okay.
I now give you permission to have your turn.
I think I know what it is because there's only one thing this big that I had on order, but it wasn't shipped yet, according to my Amazon. But it is. Can you guys see what that is?
Oh,
Thin Lizzy.
man.
Hey, Harrison, would you do the zoom in for me, please?
Sorry, I used to be really good at this back in the brain train days.
He's out of practice. He's out of
Yeah.
practice. Okay, so this is the
Oh.
long-awaited 8-disc Thin Lizzy Live and Dangerous. I've been wanting this a while. Chris Sarr's been making fun of this. Like, how many times do you need to buy the same album? He sounds like my dad. Chris Sarr. Expanded 8 CDs, super deluxe. The 7 shows that made up the original albums, all remastered from the tapes. I've read really good things about this.
Wow.
Wait,
And
so
that's
these are
7
CDs?
shows. Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was vinyl.
No.
Oh,
That's CD.
Anybody hear my bass playing?
I can
Yeah, I
I
heard
can
that.
see it too. Maybe I'll take myself off, so I'll let you do some bass playing here.
Oh.
Anyway.
Now I see his shirt too. That's great. That's awesome. All right, I'll do solo again here real quick. We can give you guys a look at the track listing, but
Wow.
that's 7 shows. It said over 8 CDs. I know it's kind of blurry. It's not my usual webcam. Apologize, but yeah. I don't know how many times I need to hear Jailbreak, but I'm going to hear it 7 times in the course
That's a
of this.
lot of the boys are back in town.
Yeah. I'm just glancing, and it does look like there is some variation. Well, maybe not. Johnny the Fox meets Jimmy the Weed, Warriors, Are You Ready, Suicide. A lot of the songs are repeated, but anyway, it's legendary, right? It's Thin Lizzy. And ironically, you know, the very first time I had Tim on this show, I unboxed the Thin Lizzy box set. Now I've got another one.
That's true. Yep.
Yeah.
We got to do a Thin Lizzy episode. We're going to do a Thin Lizzy episode sometime.
Yeah, that would be good to do. Yeah.
I'm still missing a ton of their stuff. Never see it.
Rob Daniels he knows, he hates unboxing. He hates unboxing.
He's probably not going to want to watch next week then.
No, because next week, and this is where we can start plugging what's going on next week. Next week, I have this rather large box that came all the way from Australia. And we are saving this for next week because inside is something very special that I've been looking forward to getting for a long time from Australia.
Yes,
and
a
it
long
has to
time.
be.
I know you don't have to rub it in.
But I've been waiting many months, and it's very
Rub it in
special.
even more.
And it'll all make sense next week why it has to be next week and couldn't be this week. But we'll see. We'll plug next week's show in a bit.
Suspense.
The suspense. But Jex, I know that you have something special going on tomorrow.
Yes. Well, if you go over to Deke's channel, Scotch on the Rocks, we've been doing this show, he and I, every second Saturday called Retro Throwdown. And what that is we take 2 albums that we like and we pin them head to head, kind of do a little boxing match, if you will. And we score each album based on the music, of course, the production, the album artwork, and just things that we like and dislike. And then we each give them a score out of 20 and see who comes out the champion. So it's been a lot of fun. So we have episode 6 that comes out tomorrow, Saturday. Well, I guess Deke has it for midnight, so it's just a few hours away now, I guess. And we're going to be putting this is a first on the show. We're going to be putting a solo artist, and we're going to be putting him against his former band.
Well, I don't think it's a secret because I saw somewhere I was on my YouTube and I saw it. It's David Lee Roth and Van Halen.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's got the preview out. Yeah. So David Lee Roth, Skyscraper, going against OU812.
Now, here's the funny thing about that. It's one of the most legendary LeBrain Train episodes we ever did, which was actually a T-Bone episode, was we did no, sorry, I got that wrong. Deke and I did Skyscraper. I know Deke and I did Skyscraper. We did a deep dive on Skyscraper. And it's a great episode. It was one of my favorites. I remember doing this deep dive.
I'll have to check it out.
I can't remember what episode it was. If it wasn't just Skyscraper. It might have been. I don't know. It's been so long. We started doing this live streaming stuff freaking 3 years ago.
3 years.
And actually, it was this guy. It was this guy who got the ball rolling for all of us. Mr. Robert Daniels. He started live streaming in early March at the very start of the pandemic. And if I remember the details correctly, I did the copycat thing about 2 weeks later. And Deke was basically my very first co-host. And we did almost like a solid year of Deke and me interviewing rock stars and doing list shows and whatnot. And and it snowballed from there. He went solo in September of 2021, I think, with his big interview with Greg Fraser, and that was a lot of fun. So I take a lot of pride in starting out with Deke, and now he's got Scotch on the Rocks. Of course, Tim Durling predates all of us, but I didn't know him yet. Really, I didn't know Tim until last couple of years, really. But what do you got going on, Tim?
I was just kind of in the background.
But what do you got going on Tim's Vinyl Confessions this weekend?
So again, in a few hours, my latest episode, I'm actually really excited about it because, John can relate to this because when, I've had John on twice to talk about Aldo Nova, and then the two of us were on Grant's Rock Warehouse talking about Aldo Nova. It's fun talking about, I love Kiss, but I could throw a rock and hit Kiss fans. It's fun when we can talk about bands that not everybody's into. And so I'm talking to a guy by the name of Josh Weaver, who's one of the admins of a Night Ranger fan page called Fans in Motion. And so I had him on,
yes.
And we had a really in-depth discussion about one of my favorite melodic rock bands ever. And because of that, I've been kind of like Harrison on a Night Ranger kick and filling in holes of my collection.
This explains why Night Ranger's greatest hits made it onto my freaking wish list today.
So anyway, that's coming up, and let me see. Well, probably in about a month's time, a guy who wears Kiss paraphernalia from time to time, and I are going to be talking about a little band called Triumph. That's coming up in a few weeks.
Gosh, it feels like we taped that forever ago.
We did.
I had hair. I had hair.
You can tell by the hair. But yeah, I've got more episodes in the hopper. I'm really hoping that. I got some other cool things coming up. I've got an author of a book that I'm expecting in the mail anytime to talk to, but I don't know when it's going to come, so I'm not going to talk about it yet. It may or may not be frog oriented. We don't know. But yeah, that's what I got going on in the Final Confessions.
And I know, Snowman, you're up to Scorpions Unbreakable in your Scorpion series, so you're past the glut of ballad albums, and there we go. Look at that.
This gets reviewed tomorrow, so
Zoom. So you're not past the acoustic albums yet. There's still one.
There's still the one. So that one comes up tomorrow. I'll write it tomorrow. It won't post until late March, early April. But I don't have any shows I'm doing since I don't have my own show. But I guess I do have one coming up, but I don't know if I can talk about it. It's with our good buddy Jeff Stevens.
Yes. The 1002nd.
The 1002nd podcast that he has.
Yes.
So if I'm not supposed to say anything, ignore that. But
no, I don't think that's a secret.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taping that in probably a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm saying actually I'm doing one with him in a couple weeks too. So there you go.
But then I've just got, this week we'll have another Soto album reviewed, since I've been doing the Jeff Scott Soto series for 14 months so far, and I still have probably 4 or 5 more months to go. It'll be about 80 albums by the time I'm done. And then Scorpions, I've only got 3 left after the Unplugged one to do. So Scorpions is about to be done, which is why Bon Jovi will start up soon. And then I'll have my February wrap up with purchases. Most you've seen here, but some you didn't see, that will be coming up on Tuesday. But yeah, just keep writing away and posting. So
all right. So let's put Harrison on the spot a moment. Harrison, do you think you'll be joining us next week?
I think that the time zone works out that I can get up, turn the computer on, and not be completely dead for the rest of the day.
Okay, so
3 a.m.
Harrison would only be joining us at the tail end of the show.
No,
because as I said, next week,
and he's 13 behind me. So when he ends, assuming it goes for 2 hours, it's 6 in the morning.
Right.
For me.
I'm hoping. I can't guarantee that. The 2 hour thing is up in the air. That's up to my guest.
Oh, don't make me wake up at 6 for nothing, then.
Well, we'll get everything. We'll get everything set up before your alarm clock goes off. I promise. But next week we'll be unboxing this. with my good friend from California, Married in Heels. And I'm really looking forward to that show. She's a fantastic guest. And the reason we are saving that box for next week, besides the fact that I need content for next week to unbox, the reason we're waiting till next week is because Harrison has made, you've all seen the Lego figure of her. Harrison has made a duplicate Lego figure of her that I will be unboxing. Really looking forward to it. I'm really excited. So that is next week at special time, 3 p.m. because of California stuff. Incidentally, hope she's okay. There's a snowstorm in California right now. That's nuts.
Crazy.
That's absolutely nuts. Oh, we have a question for Jex. Your hockey loyalties if you watch hockey.
Okay, call me not a real Canadian. I'm not a hockey guy.
Good man.
I'm not a hockey guy.
Good man.
Sorry,
Good
Chris.
man. I'm
Not
happy.
a sports guy.
I'm happy with that answer. Bravo.
I thought it was just me. But I thought I was the only Canadian. But
Oh, that's right. You too.
yeah.
Good. I'm not alone. I feel
And
better.
in just a little bit over a couple of months, Jex and I are going to be seeing a couple of Canadian rock legends live in concert. That would be Loverboy and Kim Mitchell.
Oh, I saw
We'll
Loverboy
be
this
doing an
summer.
episode about it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for this week. I'd like to have Jex back on. I'd like to have you all back on. I don't know what's happening aside from next week's show on March 3rd. We'll see. Everything else is kind of like we'll take it 1 week at a time.
I'll be getting a fairly sizable Discogs order sometime in the next couple of weeks, so I'll probably dedicate a show to that.
Nice.
At least my part of a show to that.
And hopefully I'll have some new stuff by then too. Let's go out on a song. We always like to go out on a song. Do you guys want to hear a specific one? We have so many. You know what? I'd like to play Jacob Moon because we were talking about Mr. Jeff Steven and the episode that Jon Snow is playing is recording with Jeff Steven. I will tell you right now, and this is already public knowledge, is that I'm doing Steve Earle with Jeff Steven. So this is Jacob Moon playing a Steve Earle cover back in 2021 on the LeBrain train. A song called Someday. So thank you guys for joining me, and we'll see you all real soon. Tune in next week, Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or noon Pacific for my good friend Married in Heels. We'll be doing a big unboxing. See you then, and have a good night.
Good night.
Ciao.
Everybody.
Going to play us out with a song that's for Mr. Eric Litwiller here, and for the good old times of living in Kitchener-Waterloo and all that good stuff.
Awesome.
And this is a Steve Earle song. All right.
Yeah.
Because I know that Eric is right into Steve Earle, or was.
Big time.
We
Big
both
time.
are.
All right.
We both are.
All right. So here it is. It goes something like this. There ain't a lot that you can do in this town. Drive down to the lake and then you turn back around. Go to school so you can learn to read and write. So you can walk into the county bank and sign away your life. I work at the filling station on the interstate. Yeah. Pumping gasoline and counting out of state plates. You ask me how I'm sent to Memphis, son, and where's the nearest beer? Well, they don't even know that there's a town around here. Someday I'm finally gonna let go. I know there's a better way. I wanna know what's over the rainbow. I'm gonna get out of here someday. Now, my brother went to college 'cause he played football. Me, I never even got through high school at all. Got me a 67 Chevy, she's low and sleek and black. Someday I'll put her on the interstate and never look back. Yeah. Someday I'm finally gonna let go. I know there's a better way. Well, I wanna know what's over the rainbow. I'm gonna get out of here someday. I'm gonna get out of here someday.
Wicked.
Beautiful team, man. Awesome.